All right, let's dive right in. Today we are tackling a really big, and I mean really common question for reading language arts coaches. How in the world do you support your amazing bilingual teachers, especially when you don't speak Spanish? It can feel like a huge challenge for sure, but I promise you, it's one you are absolutely equipped to handle. So this is the question, right? This is the one that probably keeps you up at night. If I can't even understand what's being said, how can I add any value? It's a totally fair question. But the good news is your expertise goes way beyond any single language. We're going to break down exactly how you can be a massive asset to your teachers and, of course, their students. Okay, here it is. This is the whole key. The secret sauce, if you will. It's all about a massive mindset shift. You have to stop thinking about language fidelity and start focusing on instructional pedagogy. You don't have to be a Spanish expert. You are already an expert in how kids learn to read. Your job isn't to correct their Spanish, it's to strengthen their teaching. This really lays it all out, doesn't it? We're moving away from that old focus, where you might feel totally lost, worried about correcting the language. Instead, we're shifting to your new focus, which is right in your wheelhouse. You're looking at instructional strategy. You're looking at student engagement. You are the pedagogy expert in the room, and that, right there, is your superpower. So, how do we actually put this into action? Well, it all starts the moment you walk through that classroom door. Let's get super specific about what you should be looking for when you observe. What's so great about this list is that none of these things require you to speak a word of Spanish. You can absolutely see if there's a clear language plan, like stuff being color-coded for English and Spanish. You can spot the building blocks of structured literacy. You can see if the teacher is using tons of visuals, gestures, or real-life objects. Are the books authentic, or are they just boring translations? And most importantly, are the kids talking and interacting? These are the universal signs of great teaching. You know that last point on the list, the one about bridge activities? That's a really big deal. It's all about something called metalinguistic awareness. It just means getting kids to think about language itself. So when you see a teacher pointing out how family in English is a lot like familia in Spanish, those are called cognates, that is a huge instructional win you should absolutely point out and celebrate. Okay, so you've observed all these fantastic strategies in action. Now what? Well, now it's time to coach. Let's talk about the key ideas you really want to reinforce when you're talking with your teachers. One of the most important ideas you can champion is translanguaging. Now, this isn't just kids mixing up languages randomly. It's a really smart, strategic practice where students are allowed to use all of their language skills, both English and Spanish, to understand things and show you what they know. So when a kid uses Spanish to brainstorm ideas for an essay they have to write in English, that's not a weakness. That's a brilliant learning strategy. And here's a super clear framework you can use. 4 key things. First, it all starts with an asset-based mindset. That means seeing a student's home language as a strength, a foundation to build on. From there, you can coach on the things you're already a pro at, using explicit modeling, using scaffolds like sentence frames, and creating real, authentic reasons for kids to talk and interact. These are just best practices, plain and simple. And finally, let's talk about your role as a leader, because being a great coach goes way beyond just one observation or one debrief. It's really about being a true advocate for your teachers. I mean, just listen to this quote from a bilingual teacher. "My coach's empathy and advocacy for resources mean more than their ability to speak Spanish." Wow. That says everything, doesn't it? Sometimes just knowing you understand their challenges and that you're in their corner fighting for them is the most important support you can possibly give. It's how you build real trust. This chart is basically your playbook for being that advocate. Do your teachers need better training on bilingual teaching methods? You can be the one to push for it. Do they need high-quality books and materials in Spanish? You can help track them down. You can help protect their planning time. And maybe most importantly, you can just consistently acknowledge the incredible work they're doing. So, at the end of the day, here's what it all comes down to. Your deep, deep knowledge of how children learn to read and write. It's universal. The core principles of literacy, they're the same in English, Spanish, or any other language. That expertise is your gift, and it is so needed and so valued in every single one of your classrooms. So I want to leave you with a little call to action. I want you to think about everything we just talked about and ask yourself this one question. What is the one thing? Maybe it's looking for visual scaffolds or celebrating translanguaging, or just asking how you can advocate for them. What is the one thing you're going to focus on in your very next coaching conversation? You've got this. Now go make it happen.